You can't look at Minnesota's past without seeing the enormous changes brought about by trains. That history is still alive thanks to the staff and volunteers at the Lake Superior Railroad Museum in Duluth. We sat down with Executive Director Ken Buehler to learn more about its fascinating history and how you can still experience that today. Good morning, everyone. This is Aaron with Odyssey Resorts again, and I'm here with Ken Buehler, the Executive Director of the Lake Superior Railroad Museum. And we're sitting right here in the beautiful depot in the museum itself. Good morning, Ken. Thank you for being part of this.
Aaron, thank you for the opportunity to talk to your people and to tell them about the North Shore Scenic Railroad, which is run by the Lake Superior Railroad Museum.
First, can you tell us a little bit about where we're sitting right now? What are we seeing behind us? What are we looking at?
We're looking at part of the collection of the Lake Superior Railroad Museum, which began in the late 1960s and developed as the depot was saved from the Wreckers Ball and turned into an arts, culture, and history center, now called the St. Louis County Depot. And we've got several arts and culture organizations here, and the big draw, of course, is the Lake Superior Railroad Museum, voted, by the way, by USA Today as the best transportation museum in America. Everything here has a story. And that's, I think, the beauty of the museum is it's just a collection of stuff. Nothing happens here until somebody tells somebody else their train story.
So talk to me a little bit about the North Shore line and what happened around here. How did the trains transform this part of the country?
Well, of course, we're here because of what they found in the ground 80 miles north of here, which was the largest deposit of soft, diggable hematite found anywhere on the planet. The railroad line here hauled iron ore from those mines to the docks in Duluth. The North Shore Scenic Railroad operates on a part of that railway, which was built by the Duluth and Iron Range back in 1886. And it runs right along the shore of Lake Superior, through a residential area at Luster Park Lakeside. We go up the North Shore through the majestic North Woods, get a couple more glimpses, and end up in another very unique North Shore community called Two Harbors. And on the way, we pass right by one of your resorts at Larsmont.
That's right. Larsmont Cottages happens to be right next door. It's the flag stop station. Is that correct? Is that the right name of it?
It's a flag stop. Very interesting about Larsmont. Now, flag stops, Aaron, were ways that on the smaller communities that didn't even really have a station. They were just points where people were. But the railroads would service those areas by having the people put a flag up. And there was maybe a little shelter of some kind. And if there were people there to be picked up, they would put a flag out. And that flag would then indicate to the conductor and the engineer of the train, hey, there's people here, we're gonna stop and pick them up. They get on, the conductor sells them tickets, they take them to wherever. When they're coming back, they just tell the conductor, hey, we wanna stop at a flag stop. And they say what the flag stop location is. Larsmont was a little different. Larsmont was a fishing village. And there were some fishermen there. And it wasn't really people they were picking up. When the flag went up at Larsmont, it meant there'd been a good catch. The fish were on ice, and they needed to be brought back into Duluth to be sold. So there was more often that when that flag was up at Larsmont, there weren't people at the station, there were barrels of fish on crushed ice.
Our guests or anybody can stop in Larsmont, purchase a ticket, and get picked up and take the rest of the ride north to Two Harbors and enjoy that community before coming back down. What is the experience like riding on the trains? Has it been modernized at all, or is it fairly true to life from the historical perspective?
One of the things that makes our train a little different from other tourist railroads is you get to pick the era that you want to ride in. For instance, if you want, we have a 1950s dome car that you can ride in. Very exclusive, first class under the glass service, we call it. And that's quite elegant. We also have a coach from the late 1940s. It's been turned into a table car, but it's got air conditioning. They both have air conditioning. On our lakefront line down closer to Duluth for our Duluth Zephyr, we have a car that was built just a couple of years after the turn of the century. It's an open window coach, very classic, just been restored a couple of years ago. That's on there. And then we also have an open air car where you can just be like a dog in the back of a pickup truck. And we have caboose rides, so you can pick your era and you can pick your experience. And that's something that sets us a little bit apart from other tourist railroads.
What is your favorite? If you had to pick a rate of travel, I assume it's going to be the dome car, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, yes, I would definitely choose one of the dome cars, and we have two of them. We're very lucky. We have a short dome on our Two Harbors excursion, which goes by Larsmont, and we have a full-length dome on our short train, the Duluth Zephyr, that runs in town. You know, that experience from Larsmont into Two Harbors, it's a great way to get off property for a couple hours. There's some restaurants in town in Two Harbors. The train ride in and out is about 15 to 20 minutes. You do get a little speed in there, but you also get some switching time. We drop you off right downtown Two Harbors by their historical depot, and we have buses. There's a free bus shuttle service. So let's say you want to, there are restaurants downtown you could walk to, but maybe you've got a favorite that's out on the highway. That bus for free, there's 2 of them that run continuously on this loop, take you anywhere in town that you want to go.
That's great. That's really great.
And then you get back on the train, and in about 15, 20 minutes, you're back at your wonderful cabin at Larsmont.
Oh, that sounds like a perfect way to spend the afternoon.
It is, and we encourage people to do that. It's a very inexpensive ticket. All the information is right at the desk.
Well, I really appreciate you taking some time this morning out of your busy day, and I hope that everybody comes down and stops by, visits the Railroad Museum. It's really an incredible place, and you're going to learn a lot and really enjoy the experience.
Thank you.